The afternoon on a Wednesday. It is October 12th. This is the afternoon coffee talk update. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris, and this afternoon, starting to see the skies not only stay dark, which they have been pretty much all day, but we're now starting to see some rains developing across town. Let's just peek outside at this hour, take a look at our Tower Cam network, and look at that. Mostly cloudy skies in the tourist district. Not far from here, we're watching some storms around. Let's pop up our first warning live Doppler radar. And National Weather Service office up in Jacksonville actually pointed this cell out here in kind of the Lake Marion County area. Certainly seeing some more intense shades of red, even a little bit of pink showing up on our live radar. That's 452, 450. And 42, right around Umatilla High School. You certainly see it in the distance out near Lake Weir. There's Ocklawaha. There's the Villages. Let me put this into motion, and you can kind of see it's popping up, not really moving all that much. And that's at least worth note. Now, I will point out that our live radar is not sampling much in the way of wind. But, you know, could get a 30, 40 mile per hour gust in there. Certainly something to keep our eyes peeled on. But I wanted to let you know that's one thing that we're watching. A little further to the south of that, around Eustis, some rains kind of developing. Not too bad, but around 441 and 44 out near David Walker Drive. Some nice rains there. Elsewhere, over here toward, say, Bushnell, southern side there of Lake Pennsauken, watching a little bit of rain developing. Not too much wind, and that's the good news. You know, we're watching little pockets of heavy rainfall, but nothing that's overwhelmingly impressive. Laura says, we own a lawn care company in Lake County. I'm not upset about this thunderstorm. I'm going to assume that it's probably either helping to make the grass grow so you can take care of it, or it's giving you a little bit of a timeout. Interesting little radar signature, though, here. Speaking of Lake County, like, look how it's like firing up. Like, it got a little influx of energy, and that'll work over toward Montverde, obviously on the north side there, and then eventually across Lake Apopka toward Apopka Winter Garden itself. So anyway, just some interesting little signatures on the radar at this point. We have had some rain out over Brevard County, and even a little bit of rain firing up here in West Volusia County, out near DeLand, seeing that especially over the St. Johns, which certainly what we do not need is heavy rains over the St. Johns. Laura says it's both. I like that. I can work with that. I can work with that. Mickey's asking, that storm rotating by the Villages. You know, I was looking because it had that little signature. It had that little identity. Let's look at, this is our live radar. Not much sampling. National Weather Service radar. I'm just looking at the different sources. I mean, if it is, it's super weak. But there is some signatures of at least a little bit of gust. Our live radar. This is National Weather Service. This is WESH's radar. Not much of a signature there, but I mean, it may be something to watch. I mean, that, you know, for those familiar with reading radar, that is kind of an interesting little inflow notch look. Now, whether or not that's the case, you know, that remains to be seen. But at any rate, that's what we're watching now. And before we wrap things up, we'll take one last look at the radar. Temperatures hanging out in the low to mid 80s. It's not quite as hot as it was this time yesterday, but that is to be expected. Winds around Central Florida kind of light and variable. Here's a look at the wider perspective. There's a lot of moisture firing up, especially out here in the Gulf of Mexico. And all of that moisture is kind of working in our direction. So we're going to be watching all of this stuff that's out in the Gulf of Mexico working our direction. So for this evening, for your planning purposes, my friends, watching showers and thunder showers, okay? Little by little, though, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, it will be tapering off, okay? We'll take a look at Futurecast in just a moment's time. But there you go. Low to mid 70s are overnight low temperatures, right? Forecast for us includes those showers. But for this afternoon, evening, overnight, and even through to tomorrow, those showers kind of turn to more stormy weather. And again, we'll look at Futurecast. Stormy weather possible, especially the first part of the day tomorrow. And then a cold front is moving in. That cold front ushering in cooler, drier air for your Friday, for your Saturday, and your Sunday. So yeah, we do have some actual wonderful changes. Like seriously, for event forecasts, looking great. There's our weekend forecast, looking great. And if I may, if you're wanting to go to like the UCF game for tomorrow, happy to say It's looking great. Maybe a couple of showers for tailgate, but little by little, it does look better and better pushing through. So here's Futurecast. That's trash. Let's just... All right, so this is Futurecast, 3 o'clock, showing through 5 o'clock, some rains around the metro area. Continuing through this evening, kind of fading around sunset tonight. Midnight tonight, Brevard County can't rule out a little bit of rainfall for you. Now, here's what's interesting is 5, 6 o'clock, there may be some nastier storms up north, but notice late morning into the early afternoon tomorrow, our Futurecast showing some downpours marching through the metro area. And then again, by about 5, 6 o'clock, look at that. We are clearing out for the afternoon and evening and looking much, much, much better. So super, super, super happy to be able to see that at least. In the tropics, Tropical Storm Carl, still a thing. 2 o'clock advisory comes out, showing winds of about 60 miles an hour. We'll get another full update from the National Hurricane Center coming up at 5 o'clock. That is not a threat to us. Okay? Okay. Just wanted to make sure everybody's good with that. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and then I'll take some of your questions. And then from there, we can update the radar one last time. Steph's asking, how does downtown Winter Park look for rain this evening? I would say that there's, 50-50 shot of seeing rain in your neighborhood for sure. And then overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. Mike says, I think it will be below season, no LRC recycle so far. There's a lot there. I have no idea what we're talking about. I mean, I know what LRC is, but that... I don't know what you're talking about. How does Hunters Creek area look around 5 p.m.? Sun has lacrosse practice. I would say that, there's a decent coverage of rain for us these next few hours' time. So that's going to be a struggle. You're asking, 5 p.m., it may not be in Hunters Creek, but I wouldn't take the model's positioning perfect. I would just take it as there's going to be rain around, right? And that's how I would interpret Futurecast there. Is Carl not a threat yet or expected to drip over? Carl, it's out over the Gulf, and it's eventually going to work back down toward Mexico. So Carl will not be a threat for us. How will this affect tomorrow's space game? I think we're going to be able to clear things out. I plan on going to the game, so let's make this happen. Let's make this happen, okay? All right, one last check before I let you go. Let's pop up our... Hi, Stella. Let's pop up our first warning live Doppler radar and see what's doing. And there's definitely kind of this corridor here of activity that's been blossoming up. Nothing severe. There's a nice, strong little cluster of cells here over Lake County. And I would dare say that even Sumter County is kind of blossoming up a little more intense. We're going to be watching the radar. Do not worry. Do not worry. Okay? Do not worry. We're going to be watching the radar. I will go so far as to say, tune in, though, in a couple of minutes. And Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi will be in at 5. Meteorologist Alex Alisi at 4, tracking all of the things. All of the things. In Mount Dora can confirm radar. Yeah, there's some rain out there. Sorry about that. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right. So, make it a great day. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you guys and gals tomorrow morning starting at 8 a.m. We'll have more coffee talk. Sound good? Sound good.